So
Oh,
I am going to move right into the question of the week with however much battery I've got left.
let's wrap this up quickly before next laptop dies.
So the question here came in via the email address. So we've been getting those emails at mailbag@frequentmiler.com. So I wanted to pull a question out of that mailbag today because we have been getting some good question of the week contenders. So question of the week this week comes in from Brian. Brian asks, is it still worth upgrading to the Ritz card from the Marriott Boundless if I already have Titanium Elite status? I'm really not sure what that had to do with it, Brian, but I tossed that in there anyway. If I did upgrade, so he's got the Marriott Boundless right now. This is a better part of the question, or a more relevant part of the question, I think. Could I then immediately, like maybe a week later, apply for the Chase Marriott Boundless to get the new 100,000 point sign-up bonus, maybe while using Player 2's referral link? I haven't applied for the new bonus on a Marriott card in over 20 years. You know, it may have been a different card back then, blah, blah, blah. So Brian's question is two-tiered. A, is it worth upgrading to the Ritz card? And B, if he does that, would he be eligible to get the 100,000 point bonus on the Marriott Boundless right now if he hasn't gotten a bonus on that card in many years?
Yeah. So the Ritz card, for many people, is definitely worth upgrading to. It does cost a lot more, but you get a 50K annual cert instead of a 35K annual cert, and you get $300 in airline incidental fee credits, which you have to call or secure message Chase to get that credit. It's not automatic the way it is with Amex Platinum cards, but it's still there. And so if you think you can make good use of that, those two things, the 50K cert, $300 credit, is worth well more than the annual fee. You also get a fantastic version of, we think, of Priority Pass. And I say we think because there have been some confusion recently about whether that's true for new signer-uppers. But anyway, you get a lot of good things. I think it's worth it for most people. Whether you could turn around and sign up for the Boundless card right away, off the top of my head, I don't think so, because most of the cards have rules about, you can't have had an account for something like 90 days. So go find our post on how to, are you eligible for a Marriott card, and just see what the rules are for the card that you want. And you might have to wait 90 days or whatever the rule is before you can apply for it.
Yeah. So see the link in the description, because it'll be down there below where you can read all about it, know exactly what the rules are depending on which situation you have in terms of cards. I agree with Greg. I think the Ritz card is worth an upgrade if you value those other benefits a little bit, or value those other benefits reasonable amount. I think it's worth it. To me, it's worth having, though. Of course, in my case, I'm kind of lucky. I opened it many years ago, and I've been grandfathered in. I recently got charged the annual fee again, and I'm only paying a $395 annual fee, which makes it all the more worth it for me. But even still, at a little bit more, I would probably be willing to pay a bit more, because I think those 50K free night certificates, though less valuable in the future, are still going to be worth a significant sum. And so just between that and the $300 annual travel credit, I feel like I'll easily get more than the cost of the annual fee. And then that Priority Pass membership, which I still have, and I recently got my new card in the mail, so at least it still comes as a benefit on the card for existing card holders. So I assume for new card holders it would be the same thing, since the card hasn't been available new for a long time. I can't imagine it's different. Like I said, I just got the new Priority Pass card in the mail a few weeks ago. So I'm very happy with the value of the Ritz card. I think it's worth having it. And a couple of the side benefits are not worth very much. The $100 credit on a 2-night stay, not necessarily worth very much, because you got to pay a higher rate. The club upgrade certs, it could be useful if you're going to pay the rack rate of the room, but if you're not going to pay the rack rate on a Ritz, they're not really all that worthwhile either.
Yeah, it's such a rare case where those are worth it.
So I wouldn't
worry
value
about
those,
that.
But anyway, okay.
No.